passing through here back in those days was headed over to the Catherine mine. It was a very rich gold producer. I wanted to tell you how this one was found because it's a really interesting story and why they had to stop mining it here. There's still gold down there, but you ain't getting it.
In 1900, in the Union Pass mining district, gold ore from the Sheep Trails mine was hauled to a mill on the Colorado River to be processed by way of a small, lonely dirt road. About midpoint on the journey, this dirt road passes by a small granite knob, the Colorado River, in the Union.
Break and fuel up their car before they're heading out. Now, a lot of the people passing through here back in those days was headed over to the Catherine mine. It was a very rich gold producer. I wanted to tell you how this one was found because it's a really interesting story and why they had to stop mining it here. There's still gold down there, but you ain't getting it.
In 1900, in the Union Pass mining district, gold ore from the Sheep Trails mine was hauled to a mill on the Colorado River to be processed by way of a small, lonely dirt road. About midpoint on the journey, this dirt road passes by a small granite knob that protrudes from the flat alluvial plain next to an old wash. One day, a teamster by the name of S.C. Baggs, who was hauling ore to the mill from the Sheep Trails mine with his father Stanley Baggs and John Vanderberg, saw tiny veins of quartz in the small granite hill and stopped to investigate. Upon closer inspection, they found quartz veins with small amounts of native gold in the samples and decided to send them off for assay. The samples were found to assay at $30 a ton in free gold, and in September of 1900, the new mine was christened the Catherine, after the sister of S.C. Baggs and daughter of Stanley Baggs, who operated the mine for several years. The new Comstock Mining Company, along with the North American Exploration Company, with whom they leased the property, developed the Catherine mine down to the 300-foot level in 1904. In 1919, when Catherine Gold Mining Company took over, the mine began to attract a crowd to the Catherine camp. Single miners and married men were lured to the town by the possibility of fortune, and as part of the promotion to lure a population, a free town lot was offered to the first couple to have a female baby and name her Catherine. Total production of the Catherine mine through 1933 reached $1.7 million in gold and $100,000 in silver. By 1934, the Gold Standard Mining Corporation employed 40 men and had a 300-ton capacity mill treating 60 tons of ore a day, including ore from the nearby roadside Arabian and Tyro mines. The ore values in the Catherine mine are practically entirely all in gold, which is free milling, and average values of $14 per ton were based on large, low-grade tonnage, with several lenses 5 to 6 feet thick were encountered on the 100-foot level, running as high as $100 in gold per ton, with the average width of the vein being 15 to 35 feet. On the 200-foot level, the vein averages from 30 to 65 feet in width and carries an average value of $14 per ton, with some areas of the vein assaying as high as $122 per ton. On the 300-foot level, several 6-foot lenses was found that carried as much as $300 per ton when gold was selling for just $20 an ounce. In total, the district yielded more than $3 million, of which 85% of that was in gold. And since then, multiple lessees tried to work the site, including William Ground of Kingman, Arizona. But by 1942, rising costs involved in ore extraction and government regulations in the form of Executive Order L208, issued by the U.S. War Production Board, forced the mine's closure. When the pumps were shut off, the main shaft was flooded with water from the Colorado River, and the Catherine mine has since been reclaimed with BLM plugging the main shaft. The area where the headframe once stood has been replaced with a water pump and tank that supplies water to the nearby homes of the town site of Catherine. All that is left of the mine and mill site today are large concrete foundations where the mill sat, and fields of tailing piles that came from the mine.